Good morning, everybody. So today I wanted to talk to you about what is it like, how does the scenario go when the narcissist thinks the grass is greener on the other side? Maybe you're starting to catch on to them, or maybe they just met a new source of supply and they're branching over to them, but it doesn't work out well for them. They shouldn't have manipulated. They shouldn't have treated you the way they treated you. What's that like? So if you're the primary source of supply and say they meet up with some new source of supply and they start reeling them in and they start getting love bombed themselves. So the narcissist always does, they always manipulate you in the fashion that works on them. Okay, so if they can love bomb you and it worked on you, that's a telltale sign that that's exactly what works on them. What it tells you is if somebody meets up with the narcissist and they love bomb the heck out of them and they give them admiration, they're fawning them, telling them how great they are, and then they play the victim and they feed right into it. They feel like they're going to build them up and do all these great things for them. That may be the person that they're branching over to while they're with you and you're the primary source supply. You're the fuel matrix for them, right? You're 80% of their fuel because you're the one that's been sticking with them through thick and thin. You're the one that has accepted them back through cycle after cycle after cycle. You're the one that roots them down. You're the one that grounds them. You're the one that keeps them on level playing field. You're the one where they almost have an open door policy and they use it, trust me. And they discard you for this new source of supply when it's time. They degrade or devalue you, maybe destroy you, plant your face in the dirt, step on you, and they take everything. They take all your fuel. They leave you empty. They, in their pompous attitude after getting themselves built up with your fuel, you know, when they meet you, they're trash. They're trashed out because they've been emaciated for so long. They finally meet a primary source supply and they get a standard that they've never seen before. Start to see that they got something that's high value and they want to keep it. But over time, what happens with the narcissist is they get very arrogant. They get very pompous as you build them up. And then as they discard you and they go off with another source of supply, they cheat on you, they dupe you, they manipulate, gaslight you, they pull your levels down. They destroy you, they leave, they come back. And then maybe after several cycles, they do it again. They've done everything. They've changed one time when they came back. They met with God another time they came back. They agreed to go to counseling one time when they came back. It's always something. You made me do it the first cycle. And when they branch over to this new source that's been love bombing them, so they're love bombing each other. And then to find out shortly that it's somebody playing them, that they've been played. And then they think that, you know, well, I'll just go back to that old source supply that I have, my root, my foundation, the one that does everything. They pamper me, they coddle me, they have done so much for me. They've enabled me so well that I don't even know I have a disorder. This is what they're thinking, right? They made me, this is what the narcissist is thinking, they made me look like a normal human being to some degree. Because what they tell people is they're still seeing you. When you're the center of the fuel matrix and you're broke up, a lot of times they'll still tell their, people close to them that they're still seeing you, even though you know you're broke up and you don't know anything about this. Maybe you're getting the silent treatment. They might call and check on you, that kind of thing. They got to keep up with you more than anybody. But they also get comfortable. So in their arrogance and their comfortability and their pride, it was like that always, but when they met you, they were down here in the slums. You picked them up, just like filling up their tank, man, and then they run off and do stupid stuff, catching up with other source of supply, running around, having all these one-night stands and things, building this flying monkey group around them and getting more powerful on your fuel. And then they find out that this source that they jumped to ended up being another narcissist that was love bombing them to get them built into their matrix. And they get discarded and used and abused. And then they try to come back. But see, it's been long enough to where you have had enough of this and you've recovered. Maybe you learned a little bit about narcissism, or maybe you were learning about it for a while and you kept taking them back still because you were in that phase where you wanted to help them. You knew you could still save them. You were looking up things on narcissism so that you could make them better, right? But then you realize that I've been doing this and it's still not working. They're still treating me even worse. You know, you try all these, start manipulating the information you've learned about narcissism to try to keep the relationship together. It doesn't work. It's worse. It drags this type of relationship out longer. So you decide, I'm done. You know, I'm done. And they've gotten so pompous, they jump to a couple of supplies, giving you a little time, and then they're going to try to come back. And they heat check you. They have one of their flying monkeys come check on you, one of their reporters, their worker bees, and it sounds all good and clear, like they can come back, you know. And they come to try to come back, and you don't take him back. The heat check went well because he was just playing. He was just whatever, you know. You're kind of nonchalant about it, and they took it the wrong way. When they can't get you back, and they lost whatever new supply they thought was going to be the one to fix them more than you, and you were 80% of their needs, they've gotten used to you, and they've gotten arrogant with you and prideful with you, that they felt like now they can kick you and stomp on you, and you'll take them back. And you had just enough time to get past that line of demarcation where you said no. You start to have just a little bit of value to you, just a little bit more than you had before, just enough to stand up and say no. This will devastate them. They'll go to another source of supply. They'll be like, it's okay, because I still own them. I'm going to get them back. I'm just going to give them a little more time. I'm going to wait it out, because they could play the wait game. So they wait, right? They wait for like another 6 months, man, and now you still haven't even reached out. When they start stalking you and keeping an eye on you and hearing about you, it's never something bad. It's always that you're feeling better, you're looking better. He lost 15 pounds. He's looking trim. He's looking fit. He's working out. His skin's got a glow to it. He's even dating again. He met somebody. She met somebody. They're real nice looking. They go out every once in a while and just have a real good time, like a real date. They really enjoy themselves. You can tell they've been to a lot of outings. They really look like a good match. They start telling the narcissist this. The narcissist starts stalking, getting very worried because they thought they could wait you out. And see, that's what you want to do when you're healing. You let them wait. You don't reach out to them. A lot of times you would run after them, but you don't even care anymore, because now you healed up and you're starting to learn some new things. You're starting to rise up off that mire that they had put you in. And you're starting to see that there's another world out there that you never knew about. You didn't believe it was good enough for you. You didn't believe you could ever reach out and touch it, because you've been knocked down from the enmeshment of your family, and then you met this individual, and they kept you down just like your family for another 10 years or something, doing these cycles, taking their shit. But then you start walking in a new function. I'm just sitting here trying to function, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it starts working for you, because you're starting to get aligned with what's truly going on. You start seeing toxicity and individuals for who they are and what they've been living by, the parameters that they've chose. And then you were still befriending them when they were making snide comments, knocking you down spiritually and mentally, taking all this abuse and absorbing all this negative energy, wondering why you're always clouded up, fogged, and not motivated. But when you heal, you may have found somebody at this point. Maybe it's been a year and a half at this point. The narcissist knows that they're in trouble when it comes to you. They have a hell of a mountain to climb up to even try to get you back at this point, and they're kicking themselves, thinking, why did I do this? Why was I so stupid? This is what they'll be thinking. This is what the stuff, the evil inside their head starts to talk to them about. You dumbass. You had 80% of what you needed and wanted, and they secured you, and they did everything for you. They protected you, they fed you, they clothed you, they gave you a roof over their head. They took all your crap. They did all this outside of your work position. They gave you the seat to everything. They had you letting you run their money. You would steal from them. They still was like cool. They weren't cool, but they accepted it. They learned who they are, and they learned who the narcissist truly is. That they're just a tool for deception for the enemy's work, and he's here to take you down. They can't get whoever they thought they could get. You were the best thing that ever happened to them, and now you won't take them back. Now they're getting humbled because they've jumped to so many sources of supply in the last year and a half. They truly look like a hoe, and they feel like one too, man or woman. And they got to a point to where now they had the Lambo, they had the Porsche, and now they're sitting around with a Toyota Corolla from 1986. You know, it's got 300,000 miles on it, and they haven't changed the oil. That's what they're with. The true downgrade supply. They had to lower themselves down to almost street knowledge. They try to hoover you, and they get injured. They send heat checks out, and they find out that you don't even acknowledge the heat checks. You're indifferent from head to toe. Their narcissist flying monkeys can't even read you now. They don't know what to think. None of them. Now you're coming into, you're reaching your pinnacle, starting to make real moves. You might have opened a business. You got you a new style, a new haircut. You know, you got you a new love partner. You got you a new ride. You purchase a house. And everything's starting to run smooth for you. In fact, you're just elevating. This kills the narcissist. Now, in the beginning, it was devastating them. But now all they see is you just keep climbing. You may have gotten your phone number changed, and they don't even know the number to hit you with a burner phone. So then they stop by this new place that you got, man. They knock on the door. They're wearing all the jewelry that you bought them because they think that'll work. They put some witchcraft on it. There was a full moon this week, so they prayed to the moon. That's what they do. That's what witchcraft is, man. In the full moon, they'll go out there and perform these witchcraft stunts so that they can draw more beauty to them, more allure, so that when they come to get you, they'll do these love spells, sex magic, all this. And it worked before, but you got your vibration up now. It's not working. You just kind of look at them like, why are you here? You chose this. You wanted this. And then they're used to you being the empathic one, the one that just you love too much. And they always said in their own mind and heart, you're a dumbass because you love too much. But what they learn to realize is love's the most powerful thing in this world. You just learned who you could give it to and who to block it from. And this will kill them, okay, for the rest of their life. They will never reach that source of supply if you gave them everything. And you worked every day to give them what they need above and beyond your needs. They may never recover from that. If they cannot get something better or equal than what you are, they will be forced to do a downgrade supply for the rest of their life. You don't understand what that's like to a narcissist. That's a narcissist injury every day of their life, because every time they look at you and they can't get equal to you or greater than you, then they have to know they're a failure. And of course, I got construction workers parked beside me because I'm in the middle of a parking lot with no cars because I picked a spot. And of course, the devil sends these people. Just another distraction, y'all. But you just kind of learn to just lay back, because this is the thing. You're going to go through things in life, man, and they're not going to be fun sometimes. You're going to have expectations, and they may be a little disappointing. But just know that things will work out, man, and God's got you. And when things feel a little uncomfortable, just know it's a test. So just chill out. Relax your shoulders and just chill, because it's all good. But that they will never recover. Because if they can't get that, then they have to force to be with a downgrade supply for the rest of their life. And a lot of times they're knocked down to a level that they can't even rise up. You know, they knock the empath down as far as they can. A lot of times empaths can't get back up to wherever they were before they met the narcissist for the rest of their life. But when you do, because you're the chosen one, they can't handle it. They can't understand it, you're like, they live in this fantasy and now you're like the fantasy and they can't get in the fantasy that you're in. That's what it looks like to them, because it's surreal to them, y'all, because it doesn't happen very often. But when you quit living by the narcissist rules, which are stupid, and you start living by the laws of God and what's right in life, God repays you. And you reap what you sow real well. So have a good day, y'all. Give me a like, subscription, and thumbs up. Love y'all. Peace. We out.